Hello everyone. Let's provide the solution to this problem. X squared plus y equals 7, and then we have x plus y equals 1. So how do we deal with this? Let's call this our equation 1 and we call this our equation 2. Now this is called quadratic linear simultaneous equation. You cannot solve any of this alone. You have to combine both of them and get the value of x and y. This is because in one equation, we are having two unknowns. Okay, now what do we do from equation 2? Let's have x to be equal to 1 minus y. So this becomes our equation 3, and we are going to use this as time goes on. Now put this value of x in equation 3 into equation 1, where we had x squared plus y equals 7. Now do not make any mistake by substituting this value of x into equation 2, because it is from equation 2 that we got our equation 3. Okay, so do not make that mistake. Now in place of x squared, I'm going to have 1 minus y. Then we square this, plus y equals 7. Okay, so let's open this very quickly. If you have a minus b to the power of 2, this is a squared minus 2ab plus b squared, right? So if this is the case, then my a is going to be 1. So I have 1 squared minus 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by b, and b is y. Then plus b squared, that will be y squared. The whole of this is for what we have in the bracket. Then plus y. And this will now be equal to 7. 1 squared is 1 minus 2y. Okay, how did I get the 2y? 2 times 1 times y is 2y. Then plus y squared. Then plus y equals 7. Now, what do I do? Let's arrange this well, beginning with the one with the highest power, and that is y squared. Then we have minus 2y. This is plus y. This is plus 1. And this becomes minus 7. This is equal to 0. And then from here, we can say that y squared minus y minus 6 is equal to 0. And by the way, what did I do? This y squared came down. Minus 2y plus y will give us minus 1y, which is this. Then 1 minus 7 will give minus 6. And the whole of this is equal to 0. The next thing we will do is to factorize this. By the way, you can use any method to deal with this. But then let's factorize. What two numbers do we multiply to get minus 6? And we put them together to get minus 1. Remember, minus 1 is the coefficient of y that we have here. So the two numbers will be minus 2. Okay, let me have minus 3 and 2. Because minus 3 times 2 will give us minus 6. And minus 3 plus 2 will give us minus 1. So this means I should write y. Okay, no need for the square now. So we're going to have y minus 3 as the first factor. Then the second factor is y plus 2. So we'll now equate this to 0. To continue with this, is either y minus 3 is equal to 0 or y plus 2 is equal to 0. Y will be equal to 0 plus 3, or y is equal to 0 minus 2. So from here, we are expected to have the two values of y. Y is equal to 3 or y is equal to -2. So these are the two values of y, and for each of this value of y, we are going to have a corresponding value of x. Okay, but then let's go straight back to our equation 3, where we have x to be equal to 1 minus y. So we are saying that our x will now be 1 minus 3, because at this point I'm using y to be 3. So it means that x is equal to 1 minus 3, and our x is equal to -2. So to conclude this, we say that when x is equal to -2, y is equal to 3. Okay, so this is what this means. And then to continue to the next, we will say that y, okay, we are still looking for the value of x, but at this point y is equal to -2, and the equation is x equals 1 minus y, right? So from here, our x will now be equal to 1 minus 2. How did I get this? Y itself is -2, and then the negative will appear. So x will now be 1 plus 2, and that is 3. Okay, so we get x to be equal to 3. Now we are saying that when x is equal to 3, y is equal to -2. So let's pick out these two values of x, and we confirm whether they are satisfying or not. Okay, so we confirm whether they are satisfying or not very quickly. These are the two values of these are the values of x and y, then the value of x and y. Now let's put them straight into this formula. Remember, this is 7, into this equation rather. Now if x is -2, that means I have -2 to the power of 2, then plus y will now be 3, right? So this will give me 4 plus 3, because -2 squared will give 4, and that is 7. Remember, it is 7 we had on the right hand side. So this is satisfying. Now the equation 2, I'm going to test equation 2 with this value. Now equation 2 is x plus y equals 1. Now that x is 3, I write 3. Then plus open bracket, y is -2. So this means we have 3 minus 2, and it's giving us 1. So this is also satisfying, right? So this is to confirm that this value of x and y and this also are satisfying. Thank you for watching.